Hello and welcome to our first LinkedIn audio live session. Today we are delving into a crucial topic of conflict resolution at workplace. I'm your host Sneha and I'm excited to guide you through some insightful strategies for navigating conflicts effectively and fostering empathy along with the way with my friend Chiradeep. Today I want to share a story about a common yet often overlooked source of conflict in the workplace: miscommunication. Meet Priya and Rahul, two project managers at a thriving tech company. Both were known for their dedication and competence. However, their working relationship took a hit one Monday morning, all because of a single email. Priya had sent a project update to the team over the weekend, hoping to keep everyone informed about the tight deadlines and necessary steps to meet them. The email was concise, but perhaps too direct. Rahul, who had been working tirelessly on the project, read the email early Monday and felt the tone was accusatory and critical of the team's efforts. Feeling undervalued and frustrated, Rahul responded curtly, questioning Priya's appreciation for the team's hard work and hinting at the unrealistic expectations being set. This response sparked a series of terse emails, pulling in other team members and escalating tensions. The project started suffering as the team's focus shifted from collaboration to navigating the growing conflict. Deadlines were missed, and the atmosphere in the office became tense. Realizing the impact of this conflict, their manager Anika stepped in. She called for a face-to-face meeting between Priya and Rahul. During this meeting, they discovered that the root of their conflict was not the actual workload, but the perception created by the emails. Priya explained that the intent was purely informative and that no criticism was intended. Rahul, on the other hand, shared their feelings of being undervalued and stressed by the project's demands. Through open dialogue, they began to understand each other's perspectives. Anika facilitated a discussion on effective communication, emphasizing the importance of tone in written messages and encouraging more direct, verbal conversations for sensitive topics. She also implemented regular check-ins to ensure that everyone felt heard and valued. The story of Priya and Rahul highlights how easily miscommunication can escalate into a full-blown conflict. By fostering a culture of open dialogue and empathy, we can prevent such misunderstandings and maintain a collaborative and positive team environment. In our session today, we'll discuss strategies to improve workplace communication, how to address conflicts early on, and ways to ensure that every team member feels valued and understood. The key takeaways from this particular incident that happened between Priya and Rahul could be: mind your tone while writing with written communication lacks the nuances of verbal interaction. Be mindful of how your words might be perceived. Clarify the intent of why you are writing an email. If there is potential for misunderstanding, clarify your intent either in the message or through a quick follow-up call. Open dialogue. Encourage face-to-face or voice communication for complex or sensitive topics to prevent misinterpretation. Empathy in communication. Always consider the emotional state and perspective of your colleagues when communicating. Regular check-ins. Establish regular check-ins in address concerns before they escalate. And over to you, Chiradeep, for your insights into this conflict that happened at a workplace between Priya and Rahul.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Sneha, for inviting me and beginning the topic or subject which you chose to host. Uh, yeah, I have been. I am showing here as the host, but technically, Sneha is the host. I am the guest here, and I just scheduled it so LinkedIn shows me as the host. Thank you so much, Sefali. Thank you so much, Gurpreet and Huzefa. I'm really encouraged to see you, see three of you. Uh, um, I hope people will be joining more as we start. Sneha rightly put forth the introduction. It was wonderful with that story of Priya and Rahul and how conflicts begin. And I am being the advocate of active listening. I will talk about active listening, how it helps in conflict resolution. As human beings, one of our most profound desires is to belong. We want to relate with something, we want to belong to something. We all seek to feel seen, heard, and understood by creating workplace communities that nurture psychological safety. We can help our teams experience a sense of belonging through effective acknowledgement, listening, and understanding. I am going to present active listening from the leader's point of view. Leaders must recognize and address the needs and desires of their employees. While many understand this concept, true listening and comprehension often get overlooked in the workplace. The repercussions of poor listening and the absence of recognition can include decreased productivity, job dissatisfaction, low commitment, burnout, or employees seeking opportunities elsewhere where they feel valued. Frequently, when employees share their thoughts or concerns with leaders, the leaders tend to fast forward the conversation in their minds, rushing to find a solution and merely waiting for the employee to finish speaking. However, if we are preoccupied with formulating our response or solving the issue, we are truly listening? Are we truly listening? No. Carl Rogers, the psychologist, once said, "We think as we listen, but very rarely do we listen with real understanding, true empathy." Yet listening of this very special kind is one of the most potent forces of change that I know. Research indicates that organizations benefit significantly when leaders listen effectively, experiencing improvements in employee morale, motivation, productivity, creativity, and clarity. Leaders and employees who practice active listening create high quality connections and a sense of togetherness. The listener's role is crucial in fostering an environment where speakers feel comfortable and open to sharing their views. There was a study. In that study, the researcher examined the experience of feeling heard or unheard in the workplace. Their findings showed that workers' needs could often be met through conversation alone. However, when follow-up actions were necessary, genuine listening was crucial to understanding and addressing those needs appropriately. Therefore, it is important for speakers to clearly articulate their needs for the benefit of both themselves and the listener. Our time and attention are two of our most valuable resources. Sneha, if you can mute yourself, it will be. Sneha, can you hear me? Okay. So our time and attention are two of our most valuable resources. We do have that. Despite the stress, distractions, and feelings of disconnection we may experience, we can strive to be present and supportive for our team members. Now, the question is, how can we as leaders help our team members feel seen, heard, and understood? Here are my 6 tips using the acronym TRAURP, TRAURP. I was searching for a word out of these 6 alphabets, but I couldn't. So how, according to the sound, I just chose it. This particular pronunciation and this particular order, TRAURP, TRAURP, which stands for the following: treat, recognize, allow, understand, reflect, and practice. These are my, what do you call, these are my tips how we can actually depict active listening in the workplace as leaders. So treat, whom to treat, how to treat. No one likes to be treated like children or as incompetent and irresponsible. Micromanaging and a lack of trust do not build community and are insulting. Trust me, it is insulting. Everyone should be treated with respect. So what should leaders do? Recognize them, treat them as they are adults with strengths they have, and trust that they will effectively do the job they were hired to do. Number 2, R, recognize. Give recognition to employee contributions. Whatever they contribute, recognize them, appreciate them. Feeling recognized for the work they do and appreciated for who they are can help individuals see the value in their work and how they are making a difference in the organization. Number 3, A, for allow. It is hard to feel heard and understood when we aren't in a setting that allows space for our voices. Consider these questions. Who on your team is intimidated by you? Who is speaking up? Who is being silenced? Ponder about these questions. A tip here is that if you are the senior person in a situation, let the junior person speak first. Number 4, understand. U for understand. A big barrier to effective communication is that we listen to reply, not to understand. Remember this. We are very quick to reply, but not to understand. When a team member is sharing something with us, we are often preloading what we will say back. We are already ready with our advice. We are rarely listening to them, the person who is talking to us. We try to think about whether we agree or disagree with them or come up with any questions to ask or advice we might provide. Instead, I would invite you to be completely present when they are talking and allow yourself a moment before responding or providing solutions. Number 5, R for reflect. There are 2 R's. The first one is recognition. The second one is reflect. Showing that we are paying attention and understanding what an employee is saying by summarizing what they say helps a lot in understanding and remembering. When we rephrase or reflect on what the message has been received to us, when we are listening as leaders, we need to, when we reflect and rephrase and summarize the message, it helps us to understand the message, okay, and it also helps us to remember. Instead of saying yes or no, if we paraphrase it, if we rephrase it for confirmation and also for remembering. Let's consider a phrase such as, what is the phrase? What is the statement? So what I am hearing is, we should start like this. So what I am hearing this, you are saying this. You wanted to, you felt like this and you wanted to do this. That should be our way of talking. That should be our response, not reaction or reply. This shows that we are actively processing their words and they feel validated and listened to. Now, the last one, not the least one, practice. What to practice? Practice patience, practice silence. Silence can be golden. Giving the speaker time to gather their thoughts and articulate their words before responding is essential. Sometimes silence is a strategic pause that encourages further sharing. In conclusion, I would again recollect what I said. I would like to say that by honing the skill of active listening, leaders can forge stronger relationships and deeper connections with their teams, boosting collaboration, trust, and respect. To make team members feel welcome and comfortable speaking of, leaders must clearly express their desire to hear from employees and genuinely understand their perspectives. When people feel acknowledged and validated, they recognize their importance. Creating a space where everyone feels seen, heard, and understood is crucial. By fostering trust and open communication, leaders can ensure their teams feel valued and engaged, enhancing overall workplace morale and productivity. Thank you so much. Over to Sneha. Sneha, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Chiradeep, for your kind words. And thank you for joining Gurpreet, Huzaifa, and Shefali. It has been a great experience having you all along today on a Sunday morning, and I know it is a little difficult for all of us to get time out on a Sunday morning, and you have done that, all four of you. So thank you very much for that. And I look forward to being with you all again soon. Until next time,